Hey everyone, this is Jenny here at Rescue Yoga, getting ready to do our YOGAdaptive session for today. Welcome. So glad that you're here joining us. We are going to be working with a chair today, and also you will need a tennis ball. So our tennis ball, we're going to be using that today to help massage out the bottoms of our feet. And we're also going to maybe use it massaging our back. We'll see if we get to that point today. But so grab your chair and grab your tennis ball, and we will get started here in just a moment. So glad that you're joining us today. All right, so I have a tennis ball here. You can certainly use a tennis ball. That will be completely fine for you to use. Or I have something called yoga tune-up balls. They come in a little tote bag. You can get them online at yogatune-up.com. They have this really great rubber material that's fantastic for working on the bottoms of the feet and just stretching out the fascia throughout the entire body. So if you have a set of these, you can pull those out as well. We're just going to be using one today. But if you want to, you can reach out to us, or we can get them for you, or you can order them yourself on yogatune-up.com. Alrighty. So right here, a couple of options with your tennis ball today. If you have shoes on, you'll probably want to take your shoes off. You can roll out the bottoms of your shoes, but it will do no good to the bottoms of your feet. So here, if you like, you can be seated and have your hand resting on your knee, and we can start rolling the bottom of the foot across the ball, so just rolling it forward and back. If you would like a little bit more, you can stand up and then press a little more weight into that ball. Not so much that the ball collapses up underneath your foot, but enough to where you feel, oh, there's some pressure inside of there. So either standing or seated, you can do whichever it is that you like. So we're just rolling the foot forward and back across that tennis ball, massaging the material on the bottom of the foot, the sole of the foot, the arch. All right, so here we're going to take the toes and set them down on the floor. And so the ball is right up underneath my heel, and I'm just going to squish down on it. Just squishing that ball. Think of like stepping on a marshmallow right here. Squish, squish, squish a few times. And the flesh on the bottom of the foot is really dense, very thick. I mean, you figure if you were running barefoot on concrete, how much pounds of pressure is your heel having to absorb? So there's a lot of meat around that heel bone. That's also called your calcaneus. So there's a lot of meat around there. So you can get really, really hard into that heel. Good. So here we're going to scooch back a little bit so the ball is in the arch. Now the arch is a more delicate point in the bottom of the foot, so we're going to press down a lot less. So enough to where you push on the ball, you kind of flatten it, but not to where it makes a dimple in the top side of that ball when you're stepping on it. So you can work a little more towards the inside of the arch, work a little more towards the outside of that foot. And if you're standing, you notice your other leg is working quite significantly here to hold yourself up. If you're sitting in a chair, just your foot pressing on it, maybe your hand pressing on the knee, that will give you some pressure inside of that arch. And that will probably feel better than if you were standing. Okay, so it's just a more tender area of the body. All right, and then we're going to move into the widest part of the foot. So the ball foot where it's really wide, we're going to put that over top of the ball. So if you're sitting, maybe you're actually leaning forward into that, so there's more meat here on this part of the foot, so you can lean a bit heavier into it. If you're standing, maybe you got your heel on the floor and you're squeezing down over that ball. You might be wrapping your toes around it here. Good. All right, so right here, we're going to leave the heel on the floor, and we're going to fan our foot from side to side. So I'm going to turn sideways here. Maybe you can see a little better. All right, so my heel's on the floor, and I'm just going to rock the ball up underneath my foot side to side from the inside to the outside. So that's medial and lateral. Good. All right, so one more thing for each part of the foot. Now here we're going to lift the heel. I'm going to turn sideways again. I'm going to lift my heel, and the ball of my foot is pressing into the ball. And I'm going to twist my foot. Remember back in the day where you would see lit cigarette butts on the pavement as a kid, and then you would be like, ooh, I'm going to go step that out. And then you would twist your foot on it to put out that cigarette butt. So this is the same thing we're doing right here. And what we're doing is we're stretching the tissue on the bottom of that foot. Good. And then we'll roll the ball into the arch, press lightly, and twist again. So here you might feel your skin kind of hook into the material of the tennis ball and twist. If you were using a yoga tune-up ball, you would feel this twist very, very extensively in that arch. All right. And then here, we're going to let the toes rest on the floor. Then get your heels situated on the ball. Press down, lift the toes, and then twist again right here. If you're sitting in the chair, this movement is going to be a whole heck of a lot smaller. Good. And then go ahead and release. So wherever you are, I want you to get up and walk around. Maybe take a stroll down your mat or walk around the table or wherever you are. And just notice the difference between the bottoms of the feet. Yeah. All right, so we're going to come to that other side. And you can have a seat here if you want. You can do this sitting so that you're not wearing out your legs. And here, we're going to roll the foot forward and back on that ball. If you need more pressure, you can lean forward onto that leg, pushing down into the tennis ball. Good. You might feel some tender spots in the bottom of the foot, probably right around the arch area. I just wanted to give you guys a little tool, a little teaching about taking care of the bottoms of your feet here, massaging them out. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the heel and we're going to squish down. So if you're sitting in a chair, you might actually have to lean your hands into that leg to help squish. Now, if you're standing, this is going to be a lot easier. Then you just kind of lean into it real firm and then release your body weight. So doing that a couple of times. And the tennis ball, because it's hollow, it will collapse. That's why I like the yoga tune-up balls, because they don't collapse. They come right back to their regular shape. And they have a texture that the material that they're made out of really does grip the skin very well. All right, so we're going to bring that ball into the arch right here. Now you're going to want to press a lot less into the arch of the foot. But pressing and releasing, maybe working your way to the inside of that arch and then to the outside of that arch. And then moving forward a little bit so the ball is up underneath the widest part of your foot. Let your heel rest on the floor and then lean into it. So we can get a lot heavier into this region of the foot. You can also work from the inside to the outside of that foot as well, wrapping your toes around it. Good. Now leaving that heel down, and we're going to fan the foot, rolling it from the inside to the outside. Just pressing down lightly. Good. All right, so coming back, we're going to take the toes and let them rest on the floor. The heel, push down into that heel, then lift the toes and we'll twist here. So twisting through that ball, feeling the muscle on the bottom of the foot and the tissue on the bottom of the foot, the fascia. Feeling it get a nice stretch. So because we have been in quarantine, sometimes some of us have been wearing a lot of sandals or slippers or flip-flops a lot lately, not wearing our regular work shoes, which have their own problems with them. But these shoes without a back, they cause our toes to grip up when they should be flexing. And it makes our foot a little schizophrenic, and so it causes issues on the bottoms of the feet. So go ahead and rock the ball into the arch, gently press, and lightly twist. So when we wear those kind of shoes that cause our feet to get a little crazy, this is a really good thing to do for our feet. And if the bottoms of your feet they burn or they hurt a lot, maybe taking a water bottle and freezing it, and then you can roll out the bottom of your foot with a frozen water bottle. Good. So bring the ball of the foot onto the ball. We'll press lightly and then gently twist. You might even feel the flesh on the underside of the toes getting a nice stretch. Good, and if you want to know more about the yoga tune-up balls and about how to use them, you can go onto YouTube and look up yoga tune-up, and you can look up Jill Miller. She is amazing, the creator of the yoga tune-up system. They have lots of different balls to choose from, but you can use a tennis ball somewhat. Good, and go ahead and release that ball, set it off to the side, and we're going to walk around our mat just a little bit, making a few trips, maybe through the kitchen or through the living room, feeling the difference in the bottoms of those feet. If you're just now tuning in, we just finished massaging out the bottoms of our feet using a tennis ball. All right, so go ahead and take a seat. I'd like for you to grab your chair here, have a seat, and we're going to sit up nice and tall, and you can lean back in your chair if you like. We're going to start with some breathing. So today, we're in Texas today. Well, I'm in Texas every day. But today in Texas, the allergies are just going crazy for people. So I thought we'd start with a little bit of alternate nostril breathing to kind of help us clear our minds, clear our sinuses. So you may want a tissue when we finish. So if you are, let's see, today's the beginning of May. Well, today's not the beginning, but we're close to the front end of May. And people are looking at going back to work and leaving their houses outside of quarantine. And so if that's making you a little bit anxious, this is a good breathing technique to help bring down anxiety. And it's a good technique to help clear the mind. So we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing. So here we're going to use our thumb, pick your dominant hand, whichever hand that is. Thumb and the ring finger are going to be doing all of the work. okay? So take your thumb and block your nostril that's closest to your thumb and breathe in. Once you're full of air, hold your breath, switch to your ring finger on the other nostril and breathe out. Now inhale here through that same nostril. Hold your breath, switch to the thumb, and breathe out. Now do it again. Inhale. Hold your breath at the top, switch to the ring finger, and breathe out. Inhale through that same nostril. Hold your breath at the top, switch to the other nostril, and breathe out. We'll go one more time through. Inhale. Hold your breath at the top and switch to your ring finger. Breathe out. Now this time, breathe in. And then relax your hand and breathe out through both nostrils. Good. Go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath in and breathe out. One more time. Inhaling and exhale. Nice. If you need to get a tissue and clear your sinuses, go right ahead. I totally understand. That happens a lot here in Texas. If you're not in Texas and you still have a stuffy nose or runny nose, you might need a tissue. All right, so we're going to work with our arms here just a little bit, letting the arms hang down next to your sides and the palms face forward. As you inhale, slowly sweep those arms up, reach up tall through the spine. As you exhale, turn the hands out and bring them back down. Nice. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, bring them back down. Now, if your arms don't go straight up, that is okay. If you got an arm that only goes part way, go with what you got. One more. Inhale, reaching those arms up. And exhale, bringing those arms down. Good. So this time, inhale, sweep those arms up, and we're going to turn the palms to face forward. As you exhale, we're going to bring the elbows down to the sides as far as they'll go, like they'll stop at your waist. And then inhale, reach those arms back up. Good. So press your palms backwards as far as you can. As you exhale, pull those elbows down. And then on your inhale, lifting them back up. And we'll go one more right here. Exhale, pull those elbows down. And inhale, lifting back up. Now this time, exhale, pull those elbows down to shoulder height. So the shoulders are down and away from the ears. Now think about screwing in a light bulb, and I want you to twist your hands. Years ago, I used to teach Zumba, and this was called the light bulb. So think about screwing in that light bulb or unscrewing the light bulb. Nice. Now here, we're going to take the hands and turn the palms out, and then straighten through those arms. Yes, so you feel that from your fingertips all the way up to the shoulder, maybe even the neck. So that's the nerve. This is, if it's painful, please release, but it's just stretching through the nerves. And then we'll go ahead and release those arms down to the sides. Feel those arms fill up with blood again. Yes, I know. All righty. So we're going to make a fist with our hands and roll them around in circles. Yesterday, my mother-in-law came to me. She's 82, and she comes up to here on me, and I'm only 5'2". So she came to me and says, can you open this, I don't know, it was pickle relish or something. And I'm like, well, you didn't even try. So reverse your direction. She goes, but I can't do it anyway. And I said, are you sure? Because I think you're strong enough to. And she goes, well, no, you're strong enough. You just do it. And so we had an argument about who was going to open the relish. And I says, well, you know what? I got $1 that says you can't. And she goes, I don't think I can either, but I want your $1. And so she tried it, and she popped that sucker right off. I was so proud of her. All right, so go ahead and release those hands and bring the fingers on top of your shoulders. Now here we're going to roll those elbows. Yes. So try to lift those elbows up as high as you can. And, you know, being mindful of your particular range of motion, we are here to increase range of motion, so it may feel uncomfortable. It shouldn't feel painful. If you're holding your breath or you're making that sour face and you're doing this, please stop. And then bring your hands down and join us here in just a moment. All right, so we're here, and then go ahead and release. So let those arms fall to your sides. All right, so we're going to do some twisting right here to help warm up the spine. So I'm going to scooch forward in my chair just a little bit. All right, so my bum is in the middle of the chair. I'm not leaning back in the chair. All right, so my feet are as wide as the chair because I don't want to fall out. Leave it to me to be able to fall out of a chair. But if you find yourself like, oh, the floor is kind of far away and you don't want to fall out either, separate your feet. All right. On your inhale, we'll bring the arms up. On the exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Let the front hand come to the knee, and the back hand might rest on your chair. If you got a really high chair behind you, maybe it's just down to your side. On your next inhale, we'll lift those arms all the way back up. Sit tall. And then exhale, we'll twist to that other side. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, lower back down. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale down. Good. We'll go one more time on each side. Inhaling up. And exhale down. And last one. Inhaling up. And exhale down. Now this time, inhale, sweep those arms, go all the way up. And as you exhale, bring the hands around behind you and grab that chair. So you might have a hold of the seat base, the back of the arms of the chair, maybe the back of the chair, whatever works for you. And as you inhale, we're going to lift the heart up and lean forward just a little bit. And then exhale, release. Inhale, lift that chest up. Exhale, release. Good. 2 more. Inhale, lifting that chest up. And exhale, release. Final time. Inhale, lift that chest. And exhale, release. Good. And go ahead and come back to the center. We're going to bring the hands on the knees and separating the feet maybe a little wider still. And we're going to roll that torso around in circles. So rolling around. If you just had your lunch, maybe this is a smaller circle for you. If you haven't had lunch yet, you can come have it delivered here at the studio. We'll have lunch together. So one more time in this direction. And then come back to the center, and we will reverse. Going the other way. Good. And one more time in that direction. And coming back up to the center. Good. So we're going to sit back in our chair and do a little side stretching. So you can hang on to the side of your chair. You can have your hand on your leg or on the seat base, whatever makes sense for you. On your inhale, take the left arm, reach it up, and we'll lean over a little bit. And then exhale, come back down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach that right arm up and over. And exhale, back down. Again, the other side, inhale, up and over. And exhale, down. Another side, inhale, up and over. And exhaling down. So we'll go one more time on each side. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and roll your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And then releasing through those arms. And let's move down to the legs a little bit. So go ahead and start stomping your feet, not like stomping really hard, but just kind of tapping your feet on the floor. We're wanting to wake up those legs a little bit. So a long time ago, I used to practice Tai Chi over in Plano with my teacher, and he was an acupuncturist. He probably still is an acupuncturist. But he would talk about how when in Asia years ago, when people were having heart attacks, their heart would stop, the doctor would slap the bottoms of their feet because it would wake them up. It would reset their heart, because there are heart points on the bottoms of the feet. And if your heart is weak and needs stimulating, then this is something that he would recommend to people to do for that condition. It would keep their heart stimulated. All right. So now we're going to tap those feet in and out. So a little fancy footwork here. So my girl Carol, she does this, and she can go really, really fast. Like, it looks like the Matrix when she does it. It's pretty awesome to see. So go ahead. Can you go any faster? Nice. All righty. So bring those feet, slow them down, and then bring them back to the center. Good. And then let those feet rest. So we're going to take our left leg and stretch it straight out in front of us. And right here, we're going to point and flex that foot. So if you haven't, in fact, had taken the time to check out your feet in a while, this is a good time to look at it. Like, notice, do your toes spread out wide? Do they look freakish like a frog? Or are they just like really narrow? Toes are stuck together. Good, and then roll that ankle around in circles. So although our mind is focused on what's going on at the foot, our quad has been contracted and our belly on that side is contracted. And then reverse that direction. Good. So it's really just a distraction for this leg being warmed up. And when you're ready, go ahead and relax that foot. You might need to rub that leg out, maybe pound it with a fist gently, just to draw energy into that region or disperse energy. All right, so let's do the other side. Reach that right leg out in front, and then here we'll point and flex. Can you do it with your toes wide? Isn't it funny how when you widen your toes and then you point your foot, all your toes spread when you do it? Check it out. Do it. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I just love how the body works. The engineer, he was amazing. All right, so right here, now roll that ankle around in circles. Yeah, you might be hearing that snap, crackle, pop. It's fine. Unless it's painful, it's okay. Nice. So we're warming, this is when we do this, this is warming up our lower leg, all of the muscles in the lower leg. And then reverse that direction. The ankle is really an unstable joint when there's no weight on it. It really needs the weight of our body for it to be stable. Good. Do you feel that quad working? Yeah. And then go ahead and relax that foot down to the floor. If you need to pound out that other leg here, maybe rub it a few times. Good. All right, so we're going to work some little muscles in our quad. We're going to do one leg at a time. Now I want you to straighten your leg with your foot is flexed. All right, so we're going to bend the knee just a few inches and then straighten. And bend the knee a few inches and straighten. So we're really only working the last maybe 10 or 20% of the extension through that leg. And this is working the quadricep muscle right here. It's a smaller one. It's responsible for the last bit of extension in that leg, but it also is responsible for our kneecap being stable and tracking correctly as we bend our knees when we're walking or running or climbing stairs. So this is a very important, it's very small, it's the smallest of the quadricep muscles, but it's very important for our knees. So we'll do this a few hundred more times. I know, 99 and 100, and then go ahead and lower that leg. So you might feel tired right here. Just grab your index finger, start at the inside of your knee and pull up. So that's just a gentle massage for that muscle right there. Good, and we'll do that other side. Now taking your right leg, reaching it straight out in front, the foot is flexed so your toes point straight up to the ceiling. And here we're going to bend the knee just a few inches and straighten. You can even put your hand on your leg and feel that muscle as it contracts. Yeah, so that might be a really good way for you to realize if the right muscle is doing the work and where that muscle is on your body. So it's a thin muscle that runs from the inside of the knee up the leg. Good. So we'll keep going right here. This is actually helping to build knee stability. Nice. We'll do a couple more right here. How many did we do on the other side? 100? Okay. 99 and 100, and go ahead and release down. So use your finger right here and just kind of pull up on that leg, massaging it just a little bit. Perfect. All righty. So we've worked a little bit on the fronts of the legs. Let's work a little bit on the back side of the body right here. Good. All right, so I want you to scooch forward in your chair so your bum is right in the middle of your chair, okay? Now I want you to push your feet firmly into the floor. What happened? Did your glutes engage? Yeah, and you felt like your quads engaged a little bit here? So push your feet down hard, yeah, and you're sitting taller. Now I want you to watch what happens when you release. So slowly relax those muscles. Did you feel your pelvis kind of shift, your glutes relaxed, your quads relaxed? Good. So now slowly again, press your feet into the floor. You feel your quads engage. Good. Now squeeze through those glutes. Good. All right, now we're sitting up nice and tall. Draw your shoulders back and down a little bit. Nice. So those legs are working and we are still breathing. Just because we're holding the position Doesn't mean we're holding our breath. We're still working right here. Pretty hard, mind you. And then go ahead and slowly releasing because we want to really become aware of what muscles are doing the work. Good. All right, one more time. Press your feet into the floor. You feel the quads fire. You feel the glutes fire. Press a little harder through the feet. Nice. You might even feel your back getting a little more erect. This is great for posture. I do this all the time when I'm sitting in the car for long trips or I'm on an airplane. I do this so that the fluid doesn't build up in my lower legs. And then slowly go ahead and release. Nice. All right, so rub those legs out right here. All right, so we're going to come up to standing. All right, so I'm going to turn sideways. I'm turning my chair sideways so that you can see my profile. All right, so standing up nice and tall. On your inhale, sweep the arms open and up. On the exhale, we're going to sink into our chair pose. So you might be in a high chair, or you might be in a lower chair, or you might be in even still a lower chair. If your knees don't like being in any of those low chairs, stay in a high chair. Good. On your next inhale, reach those arms up overhead. And as you exhale, we'll soften the knees, hinge at the hips, and bring the hands into the chair. So the knees can be soft right here. All right, as you inhale, we're going to look forward, lift up through the tailbone just a little bit, and then exhale, round through the back. Inhale, lift up through the tailbone a little bit. If you need to separate your feet wider, go right ahead. And then exhale, round through the back. So this is our cat-cow. And two more. Inhale, lift up through the tailbone, reach the heart forward. And exhale, rounding through the back. Really draw the navel into the spine. And one more. Inhaling and exhaling. And come back to that neutral spine. So right here, we're going to lean the weight towards the heels, and we'll lift all the way back up to standing. Good. If you're dizzy right here, just stand tall for a second. Maybe you grab a hold of a wall, a table, the chair. Just take a few breaths right here. And being mindful that the weather here is changing, so you might need to take in more water than you're used to. All righty. So right here, on your inhale, we'll sweep those arms open and up. As you exhale, we're going to hinge forward, soften through the knees. All righty. So let your feet start to widen just a little bit. And here we're going to rock our hips side to side. So when you rock your hips to the right, you'll feel that left inner thigh get stretched. And then over to the other side, you feel the right inner thigh get stretched. Do that a couple more times on each side. Move nice and slow. And then bringing those hips back to the center, and we're going to walk those feet back in towards one another. All right, so right here, we're going to bend the right knee, keep the left knee straight. You might even press that hip over to the left. And then we'll switch sides. Bend the left knee, the right leg is straight. Maybe you press the hips over to the right. We'll go one more time on each side. Bending the right knee, straighten the left, let the hips lean to the left. And then switching sides, bending the left knee, the right leg is straight, leaning the hips to the right. Nice. And come back to the center. Right here, soften in your knees. Lean your weight back into your heels. And we'll lift all the way back up to standing. Alrighty. So we're actually going to use a wall today. So if you don't have a wall and you have the back of the couch or a countertop or something that's a little bit higher, certainly higher than a chair, please use that as well. So we are going to be doing our locust up on the wall today because that will activate the back side of the body. All right. So finding your space, you could be using the desk or the wall, and we're going to reach the hands up on the wall, and our feet are backwards just a little bit, okay? So here on your inhale, take one hand, reach it up to the ceiling, and exhale, lower. And then switch sides. Inhale, the other arm goes up, and exhale down. So keep going. Inhale, reach that arm up, and exhale down. And inhale, reach that arm up, and exhale down. So this time we're going to go to the legs. So as you inhale, reach one leg backwards, and exhale down. And then the other side, inhale, reach the leg backwards, and exhale down. Keep going. Inhale, and exhale, lower. And inhale, and exhale, lower. We're going to add both the arms and the legs. So opposite hand and foot. Inhale, reach them away from the wall and the floor, and exhale, lower. Switching. Inhale, reach, and exhale, lower. Switch. Inhale, reach, and exhale, lower. Switch. Inhale, reach, and exhale, lower. One more time each side. Inhale, and exhale. And last one, inhale and exhale. And go ahead and come back up onto your feet. And we're going to have a seat in our chair. Good. So grabbing that chair, having a seat, and we'll sit kind of forward in that chair. Letting the arms fall down next to our sides. And as you inhale, we'll sweep the arms open and up. As you exhale, we're going to fold over those legs. So you might be here with your hands on your legs, just rounding through your back, or you might be folding over, letting your arms and your head hang towards the floor. Just taking a few breaths here, in and out. One more breath in and out. And when you're ready, bring your hands back up onto your knees. And then we'll press our arms straight, lifting the chest. Good. And then go ahead and release, coming back up to seated. All right, my friends. So we're going to take our feet and open them up wide. All right, so on your inhale, lift up through the chest, and as you exhale, we'll lean forward, letting your weight rest into your hands. Inhale, lifting back up, and exhale, leaning forward. Two more. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, leaning forward. And one more. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, leaning forward. Good. Now this time, lift all the way back up. And then bring those legs really close together. Alrighty. So here we're going to take our right arm, sweep it forward, reach it all the way up, and bring it around behind you to the chair. So hang on to the back of the chair somewhere. Your front hand, you can rest it on that opposite knee. As you inhale, sitting up tall. On the exhale, let the chest turn towards the side. Try not to use your arms to do the twisting. Let your core muscles do the work. Now, if you're not sure what that means, pick your hands up and can you stay right there? Those are the muscles that are holding you in the twist. We're just letting the arms relax. Good. If you like, you can look over that back shoulder. Take one more deep breath in here. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. And then exhale. All right, so we'll work that left hand here. As you inhale, sweep the left arm open and up. As you exhale, bring it to the back of the chair. And your front hand can rest on your opposite leg. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, letting your core, your oblique muscles, your back, your belly, hold your body in the twist. Now do your hand check right here. If you untwist it just a little bit, that's fine. Now this is where you will stay. Let the body stay right there, holding it in the twist, and your arms, you can relax them down. Good. We'll take just a couple more breaths right here. Maybe looking over that back shoulder. And on your next inhale, start to unwind, coming back to the center. Good. So we'll take one more child's pose here in the chair. As you inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. On the exhale, we'll fold over those legs. If your hands don't like hanging to the floor, maybe you just ate lunch, you're always welcome to bring your forearms onto your knees and just let your head hang right here. We'll take two more breaths here. Good. And then bring your hands up on your knees and press yourself all the way back up. Good. So we're going to get set up for our relaxation. Maybe your relaxation is done sitting in your chair. Maybe you're able to stretch out on the floor or on the couch or in a recliner, whatever makes sense for you. But give yourself a few moments here to just rest, to find a comfortable spot, sitting tall or resting flat, and close your eyes. And here, think about a light right over your head. And as you breathe in that light through the top of your head and bring it right just to the inside of your head, right to your crown. And then as you exhale, it leaves, it goes back up. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, draw the light in through the crown of the head, just right at the top of the head. And then exhale, that light goes out. And then On the next inhale, we'll draw the light down into the midbrain, so right behind the bridge of the nose. Inhale, draw the light down. Feel it in the middle of your head, and then exhale, let that light go back up. And we'll picture that a few times in our minds. Feeling it get bright inside of your head, inside of your eyes, your sinuses, your mouth. And then on your next inhale, draw that light in through the top of the head and all the way down into the throat. And then as you exhale, the light goes back up. Feeling the warmth of that light created in the throat. And then on your next inhale, the light comes in and it comes all the way down into the heart. Feel that light expand through the chest, and as you exhale, that light goes all the way back up. And on your next inhale, bring that light all the way down to the solar plexus, right at the diaphragm, here in the center of the belly. Feel that light expand outward in every direction, and as you exhale, that light moves all the way back up to the head. Feeling the light at the belly. Here we'll inhale, draw that light all the way down through the body to the navel, just behind the belly button and just in front of the spine. As you exhale, that light comes all the way back up to the crown of the head. And picturing that light moving up and down on your breath. And seeing that light shine outward in every direction along the path. And on your next inhale, seeing that light come all the way down from the head to the base of the spine, just in front of the tailbone. Shining its light in every direction, and then on the exhale, that light moves all the way back up. And seeing that light move up and down on the breath. And then releasing your visualization of the light and just tuning into your breath. Feel it very automatic. You're just observing or witnessing that breath. It's moving wherever it needs to go. Here we'll begin to deepen that breath. Start to move your fingers and your toes. Lowering that chin to your chest as you start to roll the wrists and ankles. And then relaxing through the arms, and as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Whether you're sitting or lying down, go ahead and stretch long. And then bringing your arms back down to your sides. If you're lying down, go ahead and roll to your side. Take a moment there. And begin to press yourself up to a seated place. You might be sitting in a chair or on the floor. Good. So right here, as you inhale, we'll sweep the arms open and up. On your exhale, turn the hands out and bring the arms back down to the sides. We'll do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms open and up. Exhale, bring the arms back down to the sides. And last one. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, coming back down. Good. So go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. I thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. And have a great rest of your afternoon. Thank you for sharing your time with us. It has been our privilege. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can, hi, Ann, how are you? You can reach out to us through Facebook, or you can email us, info@rescueyoga.com. Any questions that you have, you're also welcome to leave a comment, and I will respond to you personally. I want to thank you, Chuck, for joining us. It was good to see your name across our screen. Hey, Alan. You guys have a great day, and we will see you next time with YOGAdaptive. Take care.